Right now, polls have just closed in Israel, and the race for that country's prime minister is closer than some expected. I'm Ric Blackwell. The story tops your Newsmax Now update. Benjamin Netanyahu is fighting to hold on to power. Earlier today, polls indicated that his opponent would pull off the win. Netanyahu has been prime minister for 9 years and is seeking his fourth term. He sounded the alarms on Facebook just a few hours ago and said Arab voters are coming out in droves to oust him. Also in the Middle East, Syria's state media claims it shot down what they call a hostile U.S. surveillance plane. No word yet from the Defense Department whether a drone was actually hit. Here in the U.S., the State Department says it doesn't have any records of Hillary Clinton signing an exit form when she left as Secretary of State.
In addition, after looking into their official personnel files, we did not locate any record of either of her immediate predecessors signing this form.
That form is a separation statement that employees are supposed to sign when they leave the agency. Earlier today, House Speaker John Boehner called on Clinton to turn over her private email server.
I think this is the fairest way to make sure that we have all the documents that belong to the public and ultimately all the facts.
Boehner says he'd accept an examination of that email server by a neutral third-party investigator. Embattled Congressman Aaron Schock is resigning over allegations that he misused campaign and public funds. Questions first surfaced after the Illinois Republican decorated his office with lavish and expensive items in the style of the television show Downton Abbey. Schock is also facing heat for failing to disclose several trips where he allegedly spent taxpayer money. He's set to leave office at the end of the month. Federal officials charge a U.S. Air Force veteran with trying to cross into Syria and join ISIS. That's according to new information released this afternoon by the Justice Department. The man has been identified as Tayrod Nathan Webster Pugh, who served as a mechanic. He's scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow morning in New York. In a recent interview with Vice News, President Obama says voters will force the GOP to adjust its views on climate change.
Climate change is an example of the hardest problems to solve. The hardest thing to do in politics and in government is to make sacrifices now for a long-term payoff.
The president slammed GOP senators like James Inhofe from Oklahoma, who denies that climate change exists. We all know President Obama is a fan of going green, so today this happened. Take a look. That's the White House fountain on the South Lawn. It's shooting out green water to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And that's your Newsmax Now update. More news coming your way in about 30 minutes. For now, let's head back to New York and Steve Malzberg.